Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to the Phys Maths Concept. This is Shamsa Jabeen and I am solving Cambridge IGCSE Physics Paper 6 May June 2025 with the code 062562. In this video we will solve the question number 4 of this paper. Let's read the question. A hot water is poured into the glass beaker and allowed it to cool for 5 minutes, right? Time is given. Plot an experiment to investigate whether the rate of cooling of the hot water depends upon the initial temperature of hot water. So our experiment is to compare the rate of cooling with the initial temperature of hot water, and the formula for the rate of the cooling is given, right? This one. You are provided with a supply of cold water. So we have basically in the start we have cold water, then we have electric kettle. It means we need to heat this water in the electric kettle, and the 250 centimeter cube of glass beaker. Okay, we have the measuring beaker, and then we have the measuring cylinder. Okay, you can use any other laboratory apparatus. Okay, and we need to explain the our experiment, and it must contain these steps. The first one is the apparatus that is needed, then we have the brief description, then we have the variable we can control, and all of the others ones I will explain step by step. So first thing is, I think we should draw the figure, like the labeled figure. So we have the kettle. Let's suppose I am drawing in this way. We have a kettle, you can write it as kettle. Then we have the measuring cylinder, in which it is filled with, let's suppose, 100 centimeter cube of water, hot water. So it is a hot water, and then we have a beaker in which we pour this liquid into it, and here we will measure the temperatures. So for measuring the temperature we must have a thermometer, right? And for measuring the time, why we need, because in this formula we need measuring the temperature and we need the time. So for temperature we need thermometer, and for time we need stopwatch, because we have to stop the again measure the temperature at after 5 minutes. So both of them are required. Okay, so if we check from this one, okay, thermometer, stopwatch I explained. Okay, so which other apparatus we are needed from step by step. Okay, let's start it. Which other apparatus needed? So the apparatus must be stopwatch for measuring time, and thermometer for measuring the temperature of the hot water, right? Okay, then the second is brief description of the matter, including what you will measure, how you will make sure for your measurements are accurate. So let's start it with the step by step. Heat the water in the electric kettle. Pour this water, we can say, pour this water in measuring cylinder. Pour this water into the measuring cylinder. Then what we have, read 100 centimeter cube of cylinder up to the reading of 100 centimeter cube, right? Now pour this liquid into the beaker. Pour this, I think we have the beaker, right? We have measuring cylinder and then we have a glass beaker. So we will pour this hot water in beaker, glass beaker. Okay, and measure the initial temperature and measure the initial temperature. I am writing TI, right? Then what we need to do, start your stopwatch after 5 minutes. Measure the final temperature. Measure the final temperature, TP, TF, right? Then use the formula of rate of cooling. You should write the formula TF, change in temperature divided by the time, right? TI minus TF divided by T. Repeat the experiment. We can say, yes, we can say repeat the experiment with different values, with 5 minimum different values. Repeat experiment with 5 different values of TI, initial temperature. Okay, now what the other thing is, variable you will control. So which variable we will control? We will take the specific amount of water, the 100 centimeter cube of water, and the time constraint, right? So again, the variables are controlled. Variable to control are volume of water and time, that is 5 seconds, 5 minutes. I think I should change the color. Okay, so then the next thing is the result table. To record your measurement, you are not required to enter any. Okay, and we need to show the table and then process it if you need the conclusion. Okay, so let's draw the table. So it means that which quantities we have. TI, initial temperature, that is in Celsius. TF, again in Celsius. Decrease in temperature means decrease in T, again it's in Celsius. And then we have rate of cooling, right? Then plot, we can also say that plot the graph of rate of cooling against TI. Okay, and C, if initial temperatures affect the rate, then C, the effect of Ti on rate of cooling. Well students, this paper is clear. We're done with the all the questions. Now in the comment section you can tell me which paper next you want to study. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.